Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today is basically the July wave is here for the Dollar Tree. I have about 18 titles in this video this morning, 16 DVD and 2 Blu-ray. What I noticed in this current wave is there's a lot of high octane mixed with generally most of the new titles are DVD. At least they are in my area. I seen someone say that they had quite a bit of Blu-ray, but I'm thinking that's a geographical kind of thing because I saw hardly any Blu-ray, and many times some of the stores brought out stuff, and it was either stuff from past waves or mostly DVD. And then when they had Blu-ray, it was stuff from past waves or stuff that I don't know didn't really catch my eye. But let's get started this morning. And like I said, there's 18 titles in this morning. I'm going to start off with the DVD. Okay, I'm going to kind of set them like this for now. First off the top here is Curse of the Witch's Doll. Her Soul Lives On. It's a high octane title, as I mentioned. 99 minutes, widescreen presented, 2.0 and 5.1 surround. It's from 2017. It's from Up a Notch Films. There is a finely tuned sense of menace throughout that is addictive, says Andrew Buckner of A World of Dreams, calling it a hair raiser with plenty of surprises along the way. Adeline Gray's attempt to escape bombing in her hometown leads to her to a derelict, creepy manor in the woods when Adeline's young daughter goes missing during a game of hide and seek. A series of inexplicable events lead her to believe a haunted doll holds a vengeful soul, the soul of a murdered witch. So basically, this doll has the soul of a murdered witch, I guess, based on the back. That's pretty interesting. Creepy doll on the back here. That's Curse of the Witch's Doll. And then I got this it's 6 movies, but 5 bonus movies. The main title being Night of the Living Dead. Has Night of the Living Dead from 1968, House on Haunted Hill from 1959, Dementia 13 from 1963, Night of Bloody Horror from 1969, The Brain That Wouldn't Die from 1962, and Nosferatu from 1922. This is a Mill Creek release. Total of just a hair over 8 hours in compilated movies here. There are some color features and black and white. I'm not sure if this is a multi-disc. It does feel at least like a couple 2 to 3 disc maybe. I'm guessing maybe 3 with 2 movies on each, being Mill Creek. From 2018 Mill Creek line. They all vary in length. The longest one is Night of the Living Dead, 96 minutes, and the shortest is House on Haunted Hill, clocks in at 75 minutes. So they vary in length, and there's nothing on here very long. Not even the longest movie's all that long. That being Night of the Living Dead. And then an English Haunting. I'll be careful what you look for. This too is a high octane title release. It's from Dark Temple Motion Pictures. It was directed by Charles Steed. 2.0, 239:1 widescreen in 93 minutes. Live a lie or die for the truth. Basically, in 1960s England, Blake Cunningham and his alcoholic mother are forced to move into the mysterious Clemente Hall, a vast isolated manor house, to care for his dying grandfather, who resides in the attic room. Soon, ghostly goings on filled the house with dread as it becomes apparent his grandfather's illness may have a supernatural cause that can only be cured by uncovering the terrifying secrets of the house and its dark history. That's an English haunting. Really look at the back of it too well. Scary being on the back there in the middle. If you can see it too good. There. That's an English haunting. And next up, we're cutting away from the horror genre, or at least that's what it looks like here. Movie starring Eddie Goins, Aaliyah Horsford, Tanya Ruiz, and Vita Guerrera. A Junie Smith film. Fake Preacher, play or be played. This is a Maverick Entertainment release here. Adult language, adult themes, 85 minutes. Digital surround sound. The story of a preacher in Harlem, New York, who builds a successful church by fleecing the congregation, losing his way and taking a dishonest path. This causes havoc until it reaches a life and death situation. Will he repent, or is it too late to be saved? So I'm not really sure what. I mean, it sounds like maybe a dishonest preacher, but I don't know. Maybe something in life comes into question that kind of make some changes thinking, I'm guessing. I don't really know what to think about that one, but I did like the cover. It looked interesting. And that's Fake Preacher. And once again, a Junie Smith film. I'm not real familiar with him or her. I'm not sure if that's a man or a woman director. Not that it matters, but it could be perceived as either. And then next up, back to the horror genre here, guys. Tobin Bell from the Saw series. John Savage, Adrienne Barbeau, Mary Mauser, Alicia Bowe, Gates of Darkness, leading you to the gates of hell. I thought it said learning. It's an ITN distributed title. 5.1, 89 minutes. A young girl with a telepathic connection to her twin brother is concerned that he may be possessed. She's even more convinced after a family tragedy reveals a sinister connection between her family and their church. It's classified as horror, obviously. And it was directed by Don E. Fauntleroy. And that's Gates of Darkness. I don't know if it's a Gates to Darkness, but Gates of Darkness. Bit of a biblical horror one, if you will. There's a really nice picture of Tobin Bell. Interesting seeing him as a priest. Should be a pretty fun one. It looks pretty good. Just wish he'd kind of come back to the Saw series. I had an idea for a Saw movie if he were to come back. They could say he had a twin brother. I've always thought about that way to get him back into the series. To kind of give it that Saw feel again a little bit. Not that Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson didn't do a very good job in that, but to me, it didn't feel like a Saw film per se, other than it had killings in it like Saw. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means, but it could have been so much more. I just did not really care for the killer in that one all that much. Didn't really fit the MO of a killer from a Saw movie in my eyes. But this is about movies at the Dollar Tree, so I'm back on subject here. Jurassic Thunder, Ultimate Hunter, Ultimate Weapon. Once again, another high octane title, 85 minutes. 5.1 and 2.0 stereo with a 178 by 1 widescreen presentation. It makes it sound like it over this movie. It sounds like World War III is about to break out or has broken out. When a covert desert base is forced to avert World War III against a formidable adversary, a group of commandos and weaponized dinosaurs are hired to get the job done. And I think that was what the idea they were going to do with Jurassic Park. They were going to line up the dinosaurs at one point with like weaponry. And they kind of never really got around to making that one. I don't know if the makers of that didn't really want to use that plot, but it sounds like this movie is taking full advantage of that. Obviously, it's not going to be, on the same budget as Jurassic Park, but you kind of get that they probably used that script or, used it as an inspiration for tagging the dinosaurs with weaponry, that kind of thing. It's from 2019, and it was directed by Milko Davis and Thomas Martwick. So there was two directors on this one. That's Jurassic Thunder. And then I got an interactive nightmare, the Alpha Test. This too is a high octane film and accompanied with Exit 10 Films, written and directed by Aaron Mertz. 5.1 Dolby Digital, 87 minutes. 239 by 1 widescreen presented. Basically, the Alpha Test is a cutting-edge home assistant that is designed to tend to your every need, and J.D. Connors has just won his very own model. When the Connors family starts abusing the robot, I think I have seen this. I think it was called something else, though. Sorry for that. JD's sister Lily steps in and only assists that the Alpha has feelings, but teaches the machine human values. When the Alpha's attempt to end the abuse fails, it decides that murdering the entire family is the only way to free itself from their torment. Yeah, I have seen this. This was really good. I really love this movie. I highly recommend getting it if you get it if your store gets it at the Dollar Tree. It's a very really cool but brutal robot run amok, if you will, amongst the family. It kind of has the plot a little bit of like the new Child's Play, because like whatever this robot sees, it kind of brings out the violent tendencies in this robot just from what it sees. It's kind of very much like the new Child's Play, but I think in some regards it was better than that movie. Maybe, some of you out there disagree, but I really had fun with this one. And that's Alpha Test, or The Alpha Test. And then I got Guest House, What Happens Behind Closed Doors. Warning, explicit content. This is an E1 and ITN distributed title. 178 by 98 minutes. When a single dad runs the guest house of a wealthy bachelor, he soon discovers his new landlord's generosity does not come without a price. Directed by Maria Garagullo. I guess that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. If I butchered it, I apologize. From 2015. Let's see. Call it a Scrappy Dog production. Pretty much it that I can read on it here, because it doesn't really have a very long synopsis. That's Guest House. I feel like this has been in past waves. I don't know why. Maybe it just looked new, because when you go to the store, it's so hard to remember. if you had picked it up from a prior haul. The answer, sometimes it's best not to know. I think this is a High Octane Pictures as well. Schoolfield Media, English 2.0, 5.1, 83 minutes, widescreen presented, written and directed by I guess that's Lobel Ahmad. I'm not sure. It was winner of Best Sci-Fi Feature for Shriekfest, winner of Best Sci-Fi Feature for the Rhode Island International Film Festival, subtle homage to or homage to Cronenberg's Scanners and De Palma's The Fury. AintItCoolNews.com says that. So it's pretty well received here. Even throwing a David Cronenberg reference, or like a nod, and a De Palma nod as well on the back. It's from 2015. Really, I'm not going to go into detail what it's about because it's kind of a long synopsis, and sometimes you read too much, you give away a little bit. But it looks really futuristic and science fiction related. Let's look at the back, and that's the answer. Sometimes it's best to not know. And then I got The Malevolent Queen, An Evil Queen, A Magical Diamond, The Adventure of a Lifetime. This is an ITN distributed title. This is classified as fantasy. Oh yeah, okay. It does have kind of like this Alice in Wonderland kind of like looking rabbit on the back. 235 by 1, 84 minutes. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say who directed it because the writing is very, very funny looking to me. It like fades as it goes further into the writing, it fades. The only thing I can read really good is the synopsis. Evil Queen forces the people of Arcus to give her their best work as gifts at the yearly Gifts Day. One day, a former rival passes a hint on how to defeat the Queen and make a couple of street kids, Jono and Saraja. The two quickly devise a plan on how to put an end to the Queen's reign. So, I don't know if it's a couple of kids trying to take down this Queen. I don't see too many fantasy films in these waves. I'd welcome more of these if you could get, especially if they're, made quite well. I don't really want them all that much if they're like really, really cheap, but it might be a charming movie. Who knows? And then I got a movie starring Embry Ocha, Troy Bland, directs Moore, Courtney Nicole, Andrea Cantargus, Last Assignment, One Last Hit, One Fatal Mistake. I did notice on this wave a number of the boxes, the stuff that I was going to get, that it didn't make any of this video this morning and probably won't make it anytime soon unless I get it in a trade. There were a few titles that I had to put back because they were runners. So most runners I've seen in the Dollar Tree in quite a bit of waves. It's like these ones got jostled around a lot. I don't know if that's the store or if it was the shipper, but I noticed a lot of running free movies this time around. I don't know if anybody else is having problems with that yet, but I just watch for that and make sure you check your movies if you're really kind of like me with OCD. I just don't like movies scratched. I mean, I know you can repurpose them and hopefully get the scratches out, but if they're even remotely scratched, I don't know. I don't even bother because I know they'll probably be in other waves. But I'll just watch for that. It's just a little heads up to viewers out there and my friends. Maverick Entertainment, directed by Bobby and Renee Peoples. I'm really not going to go into the synopsis on this one either. Basically, it looks like one big hit movie, you know, if you will, like someone puts a hit out on someone. I don't know if this couple falls in love in the process. That's what it kind of has that vibe of. Um, like I said, Maverick Entertainment, People's Network. I didn't say does have interactive menus and a trailer spot on here. I don't know if it's for this movie or movies from Maverick. Mild violence and adult situations. My maintenance test pop-up always always comes up during a video. I know you don't see it, but it's like it always gets put. I'm gonna have to start putting my camera over here so that doesn't interfere with that. But it tends to pop up kind of over the recorder for my iMac. And that's the last assignment. And then I got The City of Gold. Blood is the price to find it. Thrilling adventure worth its weight in gold, says Hidden Hollywood News. They gave it 5 stars. I doubt it's that good, but it might be. It's a High Octane Pictures, directed by Harry Locke IV. Epic adventure of blood and gold. City of Gold is an action-packed adventure about the search for the mythical city. Haunted by the death of his father, Jonathan joins his ex-girlfriend on a mission. The jungles of Peru, believing the trip will help him get over his grief. Jonathan soon discovers the Amazon jungle is full of life-threatening dangers, including ferocious animals, deadly insects, ruthless mercenaries, and dark secrets that will go to any lengths to stop them from finding the lost city of gold. Kind of very much feels like a really cheap knockoff of Indiana Jones, if you will. That's what I get from it, just from the synopsis. Kind of feels a little bit like Congo in a way, too, because they're searching for this lost city of gold. Very much like Congo. I love the cover here. Kind of the man on the front really kind of reminds me of Chief Woodenhead a little bit from Creepshow 2 a little bit. So it's pretty neat. I don't know if that was done like in that vein, but I don't know if they run into like, you know, tribal groups in the jungle that are protecting the lost city of gold, much like the apes were in Congo. But that's a city of gold. And then I got movie starring Brian McClure, Edie Ganam, Natasha Eska, and Chris Kattan, in other words. And I did get this, so I was glad I didn't get this from Larry and Melissa, because I would have ended up getting something I already had. It's widescreen presented. It's a romantic comedy, clocks in at 98 minutes. From Viva Film Company. A tech whiz named True finally lands an investor for his matchmaking app. When True matches with a beautiful woman who doesn't speak English, he travels to Mexico to prove his algorithm isn't dysfunctional. To get the girl and close the deal of a lifetime, True must find a way to overcome the language barrier as well as his own fears and insecurities. So, that's in other words. Three more DVDs here. Melora Walters, Jeffrey DeMunn, Christopher Denham, and Susan Sullivan. The Clinic, Immortality Has a Price, An Unsettling Tale, says No Film School. 5.1 Dolby Digital. It's classified as a thriller. Just a hair under an hour and a half. 235 by 1 from ITN. Directed by Albert Chai. 2018. clinic, also known as the Amaranth, is an isolated luxury retirement village where the privileged and powerful live out their twilight years with amazing vitality. Here's where wealthy industrialist Richard Kendrick relocates, along with his younger wife Lily, after he suffers a debilitating stroke. But while Richard is rejuvenated, thriving in the cultish atmosphere, Lily is disturbed by the transformation she observes in her husband, then shocked by changes in his own physiology, prompting her to probe into the dark underbelly of this strange and beautiful Shangri-La. So, kind of has that, kind of like the mystery behind, these places that, try to promise rejuvenated life. That kind of genre, where there's always this one person trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. Very much in that vein of that kind of subgenre, if you will, kind of like a thriller, but very much like in a way the plot of Halloween 3 is, with the doctor trying to get to the bottom of why these people are the mask and stuff. It's very much in the vein of that. Like getting in this case, it's about this doctor and his procedural kind of like questioning what's going on with the procedures he's doing in this film. Halloween 3 was with the mask and what was, why were all these people dying, and kind of like in that vein. I don't know if he has protectants like that in Halloween 3, where the robots protected. Is it Connell Cochran? I think that was his name. I don't know if he has, like people that are ready to protect him, but very much like that in terms of like mad scientist kind of things going on in it a little bit. And then next up, I got a BBC Viking War, Last Battle of the Vikings. Main feature, 16 by 9, 2.0 Dolby Digital. Really short one on this one, so if you're not really into the short things, if you will, movies, 57 minutes. Directed by Bill McLeod. Really no point at this point to read what it's about. With it being 57 minutes, it'll be over before you know it. 2016, but it said it was on the British broadcast, the BBC channel in 2012. Must have been brought out on DVD in 2016. I don't think this is a feature. If it is, it's more or less like, I don't know if it's more like events to this Viking War, Last Battle of the Vikings, but it's too short to be really like a feature. And then someone on Instagram recommended this. I did watch it, and I was very shocked to see it show up in the Wave. So you reap what you sow, Pumpkins. Really good slasher film. This too is from High Octane. Plus from Great Northern Productions, the UK. 2.0 stereo, 235 by 189 minutes. From 2018. Very much has a Wild Eye feel to it as well. An elderly man is hopelessly devoted to his prized pumpkin patch when some delinquents destroy his prized possessions. He dies of a massive heart attack and is reborn as an abomination, or pumpkin man, if you will. Hell bent on revenge, the creature and his minions rain havoc over guilty and innocent alike. They're calling it a wild, over-the-top, and totally horrifying film. It says Hidden Hollywood News. I wouldn't say it was overly terrifying or horrifying, but it definitely had an 80s vibe of a slasher film, and really had fun with this one. And I like to thank whoever that was on Instagram. I can't remember what his name was, but he recommended this, and I recommend it too if you like to throw back to the 80s slasher film. This is very much up in your in the vein of what you need in terms of slasher films. I love the cover there, and that's Pumpkins. And now on to Blu-ray. I didn't get many. I don't even think I might have got maybe 3 or 4 Blu-ray the entire haul. I had to go to other stores just to get Blu-ray. I tend to go anymore. I've gotten so I go to Dollar General for Blu-ray because there's just like none in our Dollar Trees, very seldom. And I was happy to get this Spy Games double feature. Movie stars Sean Bean, Clean Skin. Sean Bean, Clean Skin, and the Sweeney, Ray Winestone, Ben Drew, Haley Atwell, and Damian Lewis. And I now have the Sweeney, which I'm really happy about. I don't know if I ever ended up getting it. I wanted it at one point, but I can't remember if I ever got it. Clean Skin clocks in at 107 minutes. 5.1 Dolby Digital, 16 by 9. Sweeney clocks in at 112 minutes, 16 by 9, and 240 by 1. 2 is a 5.1 Dolby Digital. The first film is from the UK Film Studio, and the Sweeney is from Exponential Sweeney Limited. It's from Momentum Pictures, this release. I'll read the Sweeney because I think I've read Clean Skin in the past. Armed and dangerous, the Sweeney Flying Squad is London's elite crime-fighting force led by legendary detective Jack Regan, Ray Winestone. They are not afraid to use old-school bare-knuckle tactics to bring down the modern underworld. Now with a master criminal on the loose and a major bank heist in progress, Regan will do whatever it takes to get the job done, even if that means defying the orders of his boss, Damian Lewis, and taking the law into his own hands. Sounds pretty interesting. There's also a one that has just the Sweeney, and you can get Clean Skin too. Generally, I've seen Clean Skin only on DVD. There might be a few Blu-rays that are out there, but I was never able to find that on Blu-ray. But I'm happy with a double pack here, double feature of spy game kind of themed movies. I'll take it this way. And I'll probably keep the DVD too, just as, could still combo them out to a degree if you wanted to. And that's the Sweeney and Sean Bean and Clean Skin. Over there. And then a movie, finally here, a Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital copy of the movie In the Heart of the Sea. This is a French-Canadian release, I believe. I'm not even going to try. Might be Spanish, actually. I'm not sure if it's Spanish or French. Actually, I think it might be French or Spanish. Yeah, Nueva. Yeah, I think that this is actually a Spanish release. I didn't even see that cut in there. Ugh. This slip's pretty much no good now. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Somebody, when they box cut it, they cut into the... So somebody's out. Larry and Melissa, if you're watching this video, if you're out, maybe you could throw me an extra slip for this. I got a slit in it there. See it right there? Yeah, it's picking it up in video right there. But yeah, that's why I don't like stores when they box cut stuff. You got to be a little bit more careful. I know because I've box cutted things before, and I didn't cut the product very often, but I did cut myself across the stomach. To this day, I have like this little scar off to my left here. I probably should have went to the doctor and had some stitches, but I toughed it out and I said, oh, it'll just go away. It'll be a scab. And I have a scar to this day to prove that it was a little deeper than I thought. But, yeah, that's my video for this morning. You don't want to hear about my ER technique about how to tough it out about being cut by a box cutter. But yeah, that's in the heart of the sea. I really had fun with this. This one, I know people said this wasn't very good. I don't know. I really had fun with it being like a very Moby Dick related kind of film. But that's my haul for this morning, and I have probably maybe another video and a half. I'm not really sure. I don't like to throw a lot of videos in, or a lot of titles in one video, just because I don't want to overwhelm. Because these sometimes can be quite lengthy in viewing, and I don't want to get into the 45, 50-minute review if I can help it. I feel like the longer you go, it kind of drowns people out, and I don't know. I don't like to do that. I just like to show you what's out there. Thank you for watching, and thank you for viewing a lot of my videos lately. I know people are out and about, now that COVID's kind of lightened up a little bit. Have fun out there. Good luck in your hunting at the Dollar Tree stores. But you can still get some good titles, I'm sure. Officially, the hunt doesn't start until the 16th. But if you're like most of the stores in my area, they've already put a bunch of them out, or all the ones are pretty much out there. I know someone once it hits after the 16th, or after the date of the wave, they stop going, and I kind of get that totally 100%. Because if you don't get there by the 16th, you're not going to get many. But that's my video for this morning. Thank you for watching. Please keep sharing, liking, and subscribing. And I'll keep doing these for you guys. See you later. And have a good, I guess it's Wednesday. I never know my schedule. It's always so busy and hectic. But today's Wednesday, the 14th. And I'll see you again in my next video. And with that, I'm just going to hold this and I'll cut out the video. Have a good Wednesday, and I'll see you again. Bye.